Hi, Mom and Dad, and hi, my little chicken nuggets. This is Miss Gonzalez again, and this is our first homework for the year. So, what I've done, boys and girls, is I've bought a book, a coloring book for everybody. Now, last week I let you pick the coloring book that you wanted, but we're going to start with this and we're going to start doing homework. Now, there's very specific things that I want to see in your homework. All right, Mom and Dad. So the next thing we're going to be doing is we're looking at the criteria for our grading system. The first thing we want to look at is coloring. We have some examples of what coloring inside the lines look like. You've got one where most or none of the lines stay inside. There's the second one where some of the lines do stay inside, and the last one where all of the lines do stay inside. Now, of course, this is not perfection, but we are thinking as to a whole object as itself. So as you can see, if there is some proximity in staying inside the lines, there will be a medium face. And of course, fully inside the lines is a happy face. The next one is colors make sense. So why do we do this? For right now, one of the things that we're working on is visual discrimination. Can the child tell what they're coloring inside and what it's going to be? So because of that, we want children to use colors that make sense, that are approximate to things that are in real life. I want to make sure that they understand what they're coloring. So of course, the examples that I have, there is a tree. If the tree has colors that don't make sense, purple, pink, blue, um, and they're not staying inside the lines, that would be a sad face. If they do have some colors that make sense, or maybe they color over it, then there's a medium. And of course, everything that is the correct colors would have a happy face. And the last one, no white space. So I did also some very um, some examples, and one has a lot, mostly white space. The next one has some coloring inside, but some white space. And the last one where they're mostly coloring inside. It's three criteria: coloring inside the lines, colors that make sense, and no white space. Now I want to give you two examples of what coloring uh, should look like at approximate coloring for this grade. As you can see, the chick is colored mostly inside the lines, mostly all the white space is covered. And for the most part, they did a great job staying inside the lines. The parent also signed, there was the date on it, and I checked it. So when I check homework, I would need for you to sign it, the one that you supervised, and the date of when it was done. This is another one. They stayed inside the line. They used different colors, and the parents signed it, and the date was written on it. So, just some examples for you to use. So, okay, once I give you your book, I'm going to choose, mostly I'm going to try to choose a page that has one large object as opposed to several objects. I want to make sure that your child is able to concentrate, stay long enough to color, and finish coloring. Not all boys and girls are at the same skill level. So depending on the skill level, how is that? You may need to help them. And I'm going to go over some strategies on how to help them. I'm going to place a sticker on the one that I want you to do. And this is the one that I'm going to be assigning and grading. So this coloring book is going to go home. You color it home, and then I'm going to grade it when you come back. In class, we will work on another one that I will grade, and then again, I will send another one. We will be doing this for the next 2 weeks. So what kind of strategies or what are we looking for? One of the things we're looking for is how long can they stay on task? If your child is not able to stay on task for a very long time, then you start off with small increments. Maybe your child can only stay on task for maybe a minute. So then they color for a minute, you give them a break, and then they could color again. The point or the objective is to finish the goal, finish the page for that day. Some children are very good and they can stay on task for a long time and they can finish and color and go. Remember, we want them to color with the goals that we've already preset. So if your child has trouble, I'm going to be showing you some of the strategies that we use. But remember, we're using the goals, we're working on time on task and visual discrimination. Visual discrimination, can they tell with the black lines what the object is trying to be?